I'm always looking for an excuse for a party. There's so many flowers I can't even move. Valentine's Day is coming up right around the corner. Whether you have someone to share it with or you just want another reason to celebrate, this flower arrangement is going to make anyone's day. It is super, super fun. The idea is just to get a couple of flowers and just go big or go home. Or like I'm doing, go big at home. I'm partnering with Petal Driven to create this video because they have incredible flowers that they ship directly to you from the grower. So you're getting the freshest flowers possible. Now in a jam, we all grab grocery store flowers, but if you want to do something really extra special or you've got some crazy flower needs, like you're doing a wedding or a really big party, Petal Driven is definitely the place to go because you can get large quantities of fresh flowers. I've been using them for a year and a half now, and every time a box arrives at my house, I'm jumping for joy. Look at this place. It's full of flowers. I feel like I'm like running a floral studio, but I'm not. I'm just gonna create this epic arrangement. And the idea for this arrangement is not something that you're gonna sort of sit across from the table and look at someone. It's more for a table for two. You can sort of put it at the end of the table and set the other two on the corner and just gaze at the gloriousness that will be this epic flower arrangement. All right, the things that I got are these really beautiful pink tulips and the classic, the red rose. I mean, you really can't reinvent the classic. It just works. Roses are beautiful and they really do last a long time. So it's a great choice. To make life a little easier when you're doing an arrangement like this, I love to use this Oasis floral foam. This is what the pros use, and it's very, very affordable. They sell it at a lot of arts and crafts stores. And the key to this is to cut it to size, and then you just want to soak it in water. It'll start to float in the beginning, and then once it gets full of water, it's going to stay stable. What's nice about this is it just gives me like a little pin cushion to put all of these flowers in. My idea is to actually do all the roses first because they're a lot stronger, and then I can fill in with all the tulips, and then the roses will hold up the tulips and everyone will be happy. All right, I think it's time to get started. Other things you might want to have are some cutters. I love these Japanese cutters. I will put a link in the description. These are incredible. They just work for everything from herbs to small flowers, things like that. Love. And I've got the Oasis foam. Also, I just did this in a bucket. This is actually a ceramic bucket that I picked up on a trip to Mexico, but I love using things that people don't usually think of, like beverage tubs and ice buckets. Basically anything that you use for alcohol just seems to be great for flowers as well, so why not? All right, I'm gonna grab these roses. Oh my God, so many roses. I don't even know how many roses. I'm gonna set them right here so I can just access them. And first thing I wanna do is just, oh, one more thing I need. Normal scissors. For some reason, the scissors that cut the crazy thick branches, they don't really like to cut little baby pieces of string. Don't know why, but that's just the way it is. I'm not gonna do too many of the greens because I really just wanna see roses and tulips. All right, so this is a good height actually. So I'm just gonna give this a nice fresh cut on an angle like I saw in a commercial a million years ago. And then I'm just gonna push this right down the center. Nice. If there's any like older looking leaves, you can just pull those right off. A little tip that I like to do is I blow into the rose, and that just kind of opens it up a bit. All right, take the leaves off. Just gonna basically start getting these in there. And I'm just kind of eyeballing it. I'm not really measuring it. A great tip if you want to get them like exactly is just to sort of hold it and then cut it. You basically hold it like this and then you cut it at the height right on the bottom and then you'll know exactly where it's going to end up. When you're doing flower arrangements, I find it really helpful to step away from my work a lot. When I was doing a lot of hairstyling, I would always do that too because otherwise you're like all up in this and you don't realize what it looks like from far away. So that's another thing to keep in mind. I'm so gonna get pricked like a million times. It's just gonna happen. All right, let's get this in here. This Oasis foam is like just the best thing ever. I probably wouldn't even do half of the things I've done with flowers if it weren't for this foam. Another thing you could do is you could build a grid with just some clear tape or some florist tape. There's a lot of different ways. You could get a frog, which is sort of like a little pin, another type of pin cushion situation. I have some antique ones that actually are from my family. All right, so it's basically assembly line style. You just keep going and going and going until this really gets filled in. But I want to know in the comment section, what do you like to get for Valentine's Day? Are you a chocolates person? Do you want an iPad? Do you want a new dishwasher like I would like? Actually, my dishwasher's fine. I'm just kidding. But like, I'm always curious about what people are into for gifts like that. I just really like a nice dinner. I really don't like to go out on Valentine's Day. I don't like to go out on New Year's Eve. I don't like to go out on events where people that don't usually go out are out because it just stresses me out. It's like amateur hour. Like people just don't know how to handle themselves, and I'm just like, no thanks. I want to stay off the roads. I don't want to deal with any of this. So that's why I like to just do stuff myself at home. To be honest, actually, Matt and I were never really into Valentine's Day for years because for some reason it was like, for me, it was always around like award show season, or he would always be traveling for work. And so the first couple of years that we were dating, it just wasn't a thing. But what's really funny is when we moved back to LA, when we lived from New York, we actually moved back on Valentine's Day. So now we have like a proper Valentine's Day memory. And it's always a great day now instead of just like a random day where we never got to see each other. All right, I think we've got a lot of roses in this bucket now. It's time to start with the tulips. So basically what I'm gonna do is fill in all the gaps with these beautiful tulips. I'm gonna take all these extra leaves off and just start placing them right in here. Okay. I'm gonna run out of room. There's so many flowers I can't even move. It's a really great problem to have. Thanks, Petal Driven. I love filling the house with flowers. All right, so I'm just peeling all those little pieces off. Look at how happy you are. All right. What's nice about these is they kind of droop, so it just gives you another little texture. But some of these, I'm telling you what, they are so fresh, they're just popping right up. I love it. The box says straight from Holland, and it just feels so chic. Oh, hi there. This one is just, see what's great is now I can just move it, put it around a rose, and it won't fall out. Brilliant. This is so major. I am loving it. It's one of those things when you're flower arranging, there is always usually a moment, at least for me, where I'm like, why am I doing this? This looks terrible. And then you sort of look up and you realize it doesn't look terrible, it all worked out, and you're excited again. Like I will be when I find a spot for this little baby. I'm just gonna keep looking at it, filling in, especially sort of rearranging some of the tulips that move around. I will tell you this is more of a delicate arrangement just because once you get the tulips where you want them, you just want to leave them there because they just need to be held up by the roses, so you don't want to fuss with it too much. Oh my gosh, look how cool that is. I mean, if you woke up and you got those with a little card and then you found out that your partner made them for you or your friend or whoever, I think you're gonna be pretty darn happy. And that's really what Valentine's is about. I don't think it's about couples. I don't think it needs to be about all of that. I think it's just about sharing the love and making people's day. I mean, when we were kids, we just, remember we would always give Valentine's to everyone in the class. So I'm encouraging you to think the same way about this holiday if it's not your favorite for one reason or the other. It's just an excuse to spread some joy and have a good time and, celebrate pink and red, which is always a good idea. All right, I'm just doing some finishing touches, rearranging a couple flowers, and I think we are good to go. I love the pink and red. I think it's so cute. And it's just gonna be a perfect thing for Valentine's Day. Definitely check out Petal Driven. I will put a link in the description so you can check them out. And if you make an arrangement, please let me know by tagging me at Theodore Leaf on Instagram. And I cannot wait to see what you guys come up with. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. And if you wanna see more videos like this, food, home, organizing, cleaning, all the things, definitely subscribe to my channel and don't forget to turn on the bell so you guys can make sure and see all my new videos. All right, I look forward to seeing you all very soon. Thanks so much. Bye.